Good Morning America.
I mean, hello.
Plus, Brandy's here live tomorrow morning. Zendaya, Brandy.
Oh my God, yes.
Only on Good Morning America.
Jordan Behind is on the Behind the Table podcast today. We want you to have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view and don't give up. You saw what happened over the weekend. We're in this together and we're going to get through this together.
No king.
We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
An explosion and fire destroyed a local septic system business in Plymouth. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. A report says 3 Bangor police officers were justified when they shot a man last June. And Maine Maritime Academy has a new state-of-the-art training vessel. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Tuesday afternoon. We have a winter weather advisory that is up for the counties highlighted in purple, and that will last until around 11 a.m. Wednesday. While further down toward the south, we do have a small craft advisory that is up until 6 p.m. Wednesday for some active surf along the coast. But in the meantime, here's what we got. We have some rain and snow developing, a little bit of a transition line also developing to some icy precipitation. Could take place for a short time as well. So here's this big wave of precipitation. The lightning kind of backing off near the Boston area. But as we do move forward in time, there's the rain and snow right there that will back off during the afternoon period. More precipitation on the way through Wednesday morning, but notice that will back off through Wednesday afternoon. Some gusty winds today reaching up to about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. And we'll see that pick up a bit as we head towards later on this evening, and then a little bit more as we head towards Wednesday as well. So for the rest of today, here's what we got. Rain and snow showers, lower 40s for the high, so no major accumulations, and that northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So your hourly forecast moving forward, again, some rain and snow chances backing off for the afternoon. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Fire destroyed a local septic system business in Plymouth Monday, but the owner's home was saved. Monday, a fire broke out at Nickerson's septic system service in Plymouth shortly after 3 p.m. It started with a septic fuel tank explosion next to the resident's home. Crews arrived to find the structure fully engulfed, calling a third alarm to bring in additional manpower from 10 different departments. One resident couldn't escape through the front door due to the intense heat, but was helped out the back door by her daughter before EMS personnel arrived. The owner of Nickerson's septic service, who was away working at the time, returned after getting a call mid-shift. The fire didn't actually impact his home, but will affect his business.
I don't have a truck now to drive to pump septic tanks at the moment, so we're gonna have to get on the ball and try to get that going again. All my neighbors come and help put it out. That's the kind of neighbors I got, friends I got.
The flames were under control after a few hours. Neighbors assisted by using an excavator to knock down the burning structure. Crews remained on the scene for an extensive overhaul. No one was injured, and the cause of that fire is still under investigation. A 12-year-old boy remains in serious condition after investigators say he tried to start a fire in a fire pit. Firefighters were called to a home on Coot Lane in Thompson Friday for a report of a boy with severe burns. The child was then transferred to a Massachusetts hospital where he remains in serious condition. The fire marshal's office says he and another child were trying to start a fire in a fire pit using gasoline. An apparent flash fire occurred involving the gasoline can, resulting in fuel being spilled on the 12-year-old and igniting. The second child was also taken to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. A man is facing charges following a scary encounter with a Bangor woman. 31-year-old Garrett Foss was arrested Sunday night after he allegedly threatened the woman with a firearm. Bangor police say it was just after 10 o'clock Sunday night when they were called to a reported domestic violence incident at a residence on Broad Street. He was charged with domestic violence, aggravated assault, criminal threatening, and criminal restraint. Foss was also prohibited from being in possession of a firearm because of a previous offense. Because of that, he's also charged with possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and violating conditions of release. 3 Bangor police officers were justified when they shot a man last June. That's the finding of an investigation by the Attorney General's office. Attorney General Aaron Fry says that officers believe 58-year-old Brian Barnes of Bangor was about to use deadly force against them. The incident happened on June 27th when the Bangor Regional Communications Center got a call from Barnes' wife saying he had a gun and he was suicidal. When officers arrived, they found Barnes in the driveway with a gun, yelling, quote, "It's either you or me." The report says the officers repeatedly told Barnes to put the gun down, but he went behind a tree and refused. The report says when he came out from behind the tree, Barnes leveled the gun in the direction of the officers. All 3 officers fired in his direction and he fell to the ground. Barnes was taken to a local hospital to be treated. He later told detectives that on that day of the shooting, he was suicidal and he had threatened the officers. The report also says that Barnes admitted to pointing the gun at them. Maine Maritime Academy officially got delivery of the new training vessel. Our Doug Banks was in Portland for the occasion and got an inside view at the new State of Maine.
A day, generations in the making, has finally come to port. Because for the first time in Maine Maritime Academy's history, this training vessel that you see behind me is specifically built for its students.
This one was built to be a training ship. It's for putting people inside, responding to natural disasters, used for training, whatnot. This is like kind of a new start.
Construction of this 525-foot-long vessel began in 2023. It was built at the Hanwha Philly Shipyard in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Worth $330 million. Officials say the new State of Maine is the most sophisticated ship the Academy has ever operated. It's equipped with 2 full-size, fully functional bridges and engine rooms. Approximately 600 cadets could be on this ship at one time. In addition to supporting the academic development of those cadets, this vessel will also offer federal humanitarian relief efforts in response to natural disasters.
And we also have more classrooms, more lab spaces, more training spaces, a whole training bridge, 2 engine rooms. And it's just going to be an incredible asset for years to come for our students to learn how to be mariners.
The other aspects of this ship also serve to increase the quality of life for the students and their instructors.
On Monday in downtown Portland, the Academy officially took over the operations of its 5th State of Maine from the U.S. Maritime Administration. Those in attendance for Monday's ceremony included Academy leadership and cadets, state and federal government officials, and more.
For all of us at the Hanwha Philly Shipyard, delivering this vessel has been a source of immense pride, especially as being the first ship delivered under the Hanwha banner.
Her arrival also matters as it strengthens Maine. It supports good jobs throughout the maritime sector, operations, maintenance, logistics, training, and port services.
According to the ship's captain, the State of Maine will arrive in Castine in mid-July. In Portland, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the Maine Online Data Privacy Act is one step closer to becoming law. We've got details when we return.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. Just reminding you that whatever day of the week you get hurt, we're your go-to lawyers. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
Hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
My name is Rebecca Babrot, and I'm studying my master's in social work at the University of Maine. After high school, I went to college in upstate New York, but then got involved with life and family, so I had a college education, but no degree. When I first thought about going back to school, it seemed really intimidating.
One of the great things about an online program is that you can combine studying as part of your day.
I'm actually studying right now.
It's such a great feeling to have made myself important in the process and to continue my education.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively at downeastdirectcremation.com. All you need is the location address of the person who has died, their vital statistics information, a valid credit card for payment, and that's it. No need to pick up the telephone, no need to answer a bunch of questions, no need to come into the store, and it's still just $9.75 complete. It's so easy, even I can do it. For more information, visit us at downeastdirectcremation.com or call us at 207-225-5332. Simple, affordable, respectful. The button, only at downeastdirectcremation.com.
The fun never stops at Wheel.
You got it! It's a car! You're a millionaire!
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is threatening to escalate its war on Iran if the two countries don't strike a deal in the coming days. The administration insists it's negotiating with Iranian leadership, which Iran denies. Meanwhile, some 50,000 troops are now in the region. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest.
Today, the U.S. is ramping up strikes on Iran. Video circulating online, including posts from President Trump, shows an explosion in a city home to one of Iran's main nuclear sites.
The video the president posted last night of Esfahan, an ammo depot struck by U.S. bombers.
The Wall Street Journal reports the U.S. struck an Iranian military installation there with 2,000-pound bunker busters. As the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, President Trump this morning is telling other countries to either purchase U.S. oil or build up some delayed courage and just take it from the strait. This morning, the defense secretary echoing the president with an even more pointed jab at our ally, Britain.
Last time I checked, there was supposed to be a big bad Royal Navy that could be prepared to do things like that as well.
Trump goes on in his post about allies, quote, "You have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be able to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us."
When we ask for additional assistance or simple access basing overflight, we get questions or roadblocks or hesitations. And the president's pointing out, you don't have much of an alliance if you have countries that are not willing to stand with you when you need them.
And the Financial Times reports Hegseth's broker tried to make a multi-million-dollar investment in defense companies just weeks before the U.S. and Israel launched its first strikes on Iran, adding that investment was not ultimately made. The Pentagon denies any such investment ever existed, demanding a retraction. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
A record-breaking spike in gas, with GasBuddy now reporting a national average of more than $4 a gallon for unleaded. ABC's Rena Roy reports prices could go even higher if oil prices keep rising due to the war with Iran.
A record-breaking jump in gas prices here in the U.S. The national average for unleaded is now above $4 a gallon for the first time in more than 3 years, according to GasBuddy.
It's a lot higher than we want to see. Very frustrating.
Gas prices are up more than $1 since the start of the Iran war, marking the biggest monthly increase on record. Diesel is up $1.70 a gallon, also the biggest spike ever in 1 month.
It's scary because then you don't know what number you're going to see.
This is the highest that I've ever seen. So, this is where it's cheaper and I'm here. I'm like.
Daniel Gonzalez of Santa Clarita, California, says he's been reconsidering getting behind the wheel.
I definitely think twice before driving somewhere.
Prices at the pump going up as oil prices rise due to the war with Iran. Oil supply impacted around the world as Iran continues blocking the Strait of Hormuz, a key oil shipping passage.
Even if tomorrow we would see the Strait of Hormuz open, it still takes weeks to months to open up
those refineries, and repair damages can take years on some of the damages that have been done.
Moody's Analytics says oil at this level for 1 year will cost the typical household about $1,200 in higher gas and diesel costs. And this is having a trickle-down effect. For example, JetBlue is now raising baggage fees to help pay for surging fuel.
Cost of living is way up.
And unfortunately, this could be just the beginning. We could see gas prices go up even more if oil prices continue to rise. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Maine House Minority Leader and lobsterman Billy Bob Fockingham says the Maine Department of Labor is unfairly applying labor laws against him to target him politically. According to Fockingham, 2 summers ago, he took his son's best friend out lobstering with him and gave him $500 in compensation. Earlier this month, the Maine Department of Labor accused Fockingham of breaking child labor laws and fined him thousands of dollars. Fockingham has since said he will not pay the fines and has filed court documents against the Department of Labor.
This enforcement that they've used against me has serious ramifications for the entire industry. This is an industry that's been regulated for over 150 years. There's 5,000 licensed fishermen, and they applied standards to me that don't apply to the lobster industry.
Fockingham says the Maine Lobstermen's Association, New England Fishermen's Stewardship Association, and the Maine Lobstering Union leaders have all expressed support for him. If you were seeking to utilize Maine's paid family and medical leave system in the near future, applications are now open. Pre-applications for benefits starting on or after May 1st are now open to maine.gov website. Eligible workers can take up to 12 weeks of paid time off in a benefit year. Benefits will start on May 1st, 2026. Maine PFML covers paid medical leave, parental leave, family care leave, military family leave, and safe leave. The Maine Online Data Privacy Act is one step closer to becoming law. Despite being strongly contested, the Senate passed the bill following a second reading. Our Alex Schley tells us what still needs to happen before it reaches the governor's desk.
On Monday, the Maine Senate voted 18-16 to approve the second reading of the Online Data Privacy Act. If signed, the measure would establish strict, user-centric standards focusing on minimizing data collection, protecting sensitive information, and giving consumers the right to legal action. While the bill aims to protect Mainers, it's drawing pushback from small businesses who say they rely on data to reach customers.
By severely limiting the data that underpins modern digital marketing, the bill would increase costs, reduce effectiveness, and make it harder for Maine businesses to reach customers and grow. At the same time, it would advantage out-of-state competitors who are less constrained. The result is clear and avoidable competitive disadvantage for Maine employers.
Still, more than half of the Senate believes the bill strikes a right balance for consumer privacy.
The main complaint, and the one we've heard on the floor here today and in the communication from the chamber, isn't any specific provision of this bill. It is simply the idea that this, quote, limits the data that underpins modern digital marketing. And you know what? That is the point of this bill. Basically, it would make it harder for big data brokers to know and keep and sell some of our most intensely personal information.
With only 2 senators, Baldacci and Hickman, crossing party lines.
They forced it through. It's sitting here in the Senate chamber, but will be going down the House.
Before the bill heads to the House for a final vote, the Verizory office will reprint it, incorporating all amendments into a single integrated document. Once finalized, it will return to both chambers before heading to the governor's desk. In Augusta, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
After the break, a pill could help you get your cholesterol under control. We've got details when we come back.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Falls are the #1 cause of injury to senior citizens. Acorn Stair Lifts has the solution. Just don't fall. Sit, relax, ride, with an Acorn stair lift, the world's leader in stair lifts. Don't let limited mobility keep you from going up and down your stairs, even outside. Call Acorn Stair Lifts now for a free information kit and no obligation quote. Why risk falling when you can safely ride?
Our Acorn stair lift is definitely more affordable than moving.
The Acorn stair lift has a padded seat and backrest. Safety sensors stop the chair if there are obstacles. The seat swivels and locks so you don't twist your body. And the Acorn stair lift folds away. It even runs during power outages.
I was really surprised at how little it cost.
Call 1-800-732-2971 right now for your free information kit or visit our website today. That's 1-800-732-2971.
Lights, camera, cheese! The Cheese House is looking for its next star, and it could be you. If you're 21 or older, enter for your chance to appear in the next commercial. Stop by the Cheese House at 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield to enter. While you're there, browse their huge selection of glassware and 420 specialty foods. But we have the cheese! Remember, entries are happening in person at the Cheese House, 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield. Bring your personality, bring your smile, and we have the cheese.
Did you register the car in your name?
No, I didn't.
That's the problem.
A car seller is on the hook.
He got pulled over in his vehicle 26 times while he failed to register out of our name.
I think that's what made you mad.
There was parking tickets that I had to pay.
Now we're talking.
And he has a lot to get revved up about.
There's $3,000 worth of damages to this vehicle after I repossessed it from his girlfriend getting in a hit and run.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday at 5 on ABC 7.
Can't get your cholesterol levels under control? An experimental pill may someday offer a solution. ABC's Alex Stone has more.
Cholesterol is a waxy, fat-like substance in your body that helps build cells and hormones, but high levels in your blood can lead to clogged arteries, heart attacks, and stroke. Current cholesterol-lowering medications aren't always effective, and some people need a second drug to achieve their goals. According to an article in the New England Journal of Medicine, a pill that's still being studied could one day replace the current cholesterol shots doctors sometimes recommend. If the drug receives FDA approval, possibly as early as next year, it could help lower cholesterol levels by up to 60%. It's important to get your cholesterol levels checked with a simple blood test on a regular basis. In addition, lifestyle changes can help keep your cholesterol in check. Healthy eating, exercising, limiting alcohol, and quitting smoking are all things you can do now to normalize your levels. With this Medical Minute, I'm Alex Stone.
A dog from Bangor named Pixie needs your vote. This 2.5-year-old canine is in a nationwide contest known as the 2026 Pet Lovers' Choice Awards. It is the first ever fan-voted national awards competition celebrating America's dogs and cats. Think of it as the People's Choice Awards, but for pets. There are 15 different categories in the contest, and Pixie is in the cutest dog category. The public can vote once a day for free or pay for more than one vote to help increase a pet's chances of winning their category. The winners and their owners will earn $10,000, the chance to travel to California for a red carpet event, and the opportunity to meet comedian and host Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Anywhere that I could bring Pixie, if someone said, "Oh, your dog is so cute," I said, "Thank you." As a matter of fact, she's in a contest. So I just got votes anywhere I could. I've put them through the bank deposit at the teller window and through the drive-thru at the restaurant.
The 2026 Pet Lovers' Choice Awards benefits the Best Friends Animal Society, which promotes the no-kill shelter movement. People can vote online until Sunday, April 5th. We have a link to the contest on our website. Lisa says if Pixie wins, she plans to use the proceeds to build Pixie a fenced-in backyard. And Girl Scout cookies are a yearly treat that many of us look forward to, but for those serving overseas, they are much harder, if not impossible, to get until now. Some local Girl Scouts went to the Holden Police Department with an idea on how to fix that. Pretty soon, the Maine Veterans Project and Maine Military Supply joined in to help make it happen. Thanks to the partnership, 20 cases of Girl Scout cookies and thank you cards are heading to our troops serving overseas.
It makes sense. It's our people, and it's good for the community, and it's good to kind of get out and do something in a positive manner.
Right.
And these girls here, you know, they're full of energy and are excited about doing it too. So why not support it?
It's wonderful. You know, the county has been so divided, and see people getting together, like have a good cause and helping people. It's also wonderful. It's a good example to the kids.
Right now, there is no definite word on when the cookies will touch down overseas, but we are sure they'll be a welcome gift and will be gone very quickly. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Car accidents can be scary. It can feel like the whole world is crashing down around you. You can't work, you've got expensive medical bills, pain and suffering. Absolute chaos. We'll take the stress and frustrations off your shoulders. We've done that for thousands of people, and we're ready to help you too. Hurt in a car accident? I'm on top of it. I'm your go-to guy.
Call 222-2222.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. All things basementy. Our Stable Lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
5 signs that text, email, or call is a scam. Number 1, you weren't expecting it. Number 2, it says there's a prize or a problem. Number 3, they want personal information. Number 4, they pressure you to act quickly. Number 5, they ask you to pay a specific way. There will always be scammers, but you don't have to be their victim. Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State.
The weather can't seem to figure out what it wants to do. Let's check in with Devin Biggs to get your full forecast. Devin?
Alrighty, Susan, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory up until Wednesday at around 6 p.m. for active surf along the coast, and a winter weather advisory up until 11 a.m. Wednesday, watching for some rain and snow and even a little bit of ice concerns too. That will last until about that time frame. As for the wave heights at around 3 to 5 feet, so increasing a bit, but definitely active farther out towards sea at around 8 to 13 feet. You can see some of the lighter blues as well, indicating some of that active surf. But meanwhile, here's what we got right now. Some rain and snow developing, a little bit of a transition line as well, so can't totally rule out a little bit of ice in some spots too, but primarily rain and snow will be the primary concerns as all this energy continues to track in from the west and going toward the east at this point. But meanwhile, here's what we have. Rain and snow tracking west to east. We'll see this back off during the afternoon. Later on tonight, another little bit of a wintry mix. Notice rain farther down toward the south. As we head through Wednesday, notice this all begins to back off. And even as we head towards Wednesday night, we're looking good. The precipitation's done. And even through Thursday, not looking too bad at all. So any additional snowfall will primarily be to the north, where maybe up to 4 inches of snow will fall near the Caribou area. Lesser totals farther down toward the south. As for ice accumulations, this is a line we'll have to watch out for for any kind of ice accumulations, maybe a little bit more to the north, and that's kind of about it there. Lesser amounts farther down toward the south. This is why we have that winter weather advisory up, and even for the snowfall further off towards the north. So for today, here's what we got. So rain and snow showers, lower 40s for the high, helping to limit any snow accumulations. Northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, lower 30s, rain, freezing rain, sleet and snow, fog as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Rain, freezing rain, sleet and snow again at times, but that will not last long as highs reach for the mid-50s and that north wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Mostly cloudy for your Thursday, highs in the mid-40s. For Good Friday, another wintry mix switching over to all rain, highs in the upper 40s, low 50s for your Saturday under a mostly cloudy sky.
Thank you, Devin. Sharks in a Las Vegas casino aquarium get to eat like kings. At the Shark Reef Aquarium and the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, around 15 different species of sharks feed on a strict diet of high-quality fish and vitamins. In about 1 week, the aquarium goes through around 500 pounds of fish.
So as far as the quality of the food is the same that goes to the hotel in the high-end restaurants. It's the same food these guys are getting.
The aquarium is a major tourist attraction, drawing in more than 21 million visitors since it first opened in 2000. Tomorrow is April 1st, and that means April Fool's Day is almost here, so keep those eyes peeled when it comes to the jokesters around you. For many people in many Western countries, it's a day to play practical jokes on each other, then say April Fools. There's no consensus on how the day came to be, but one theory says it comes from the stories in the Canterbury Tales, a literary anthology from the 1300s. The Library of Congress says another theory traces the tradition back to a festival held in ancient Rome. Whatever its origins, be ready for a few pranks on Wednesday. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle.